Good evening, you're watching the prime time on Hornbill TV. Let's have a look at the news headlines. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has very likely been killed by Israeli troops who were conducting an operation in southern Gaza, two officials with knowledge of the situation said. Delhi's Rouse Avenue court on Friday allowed the bail plea of former Delhi minister Satyendar Jain in the money laundering case. The hunger strike by a group of junior doctors protesting the brutal rape and murder of a trainee doctor at RG Medical College and Hospital has now reached its 14th day. A day after Congress's social media unit head in Kerala, P. Sarin was on Thursday expelled from the party. Speculations are rife that he is said to be fielded by the CPIM in Palakkad Assembly by Pope. The death toll in Siwan, Bihar after consuming illicit liquor has increased to 28. District Public Relations Officer Siwan said so far that a total of 79 people have been admitted. Let's look at the news in detail. Delhi's Rouse Avenue court on Friday allowed the bail plea of former Delhi minister Satyendar Jain in a money laundering case. He was arrested in May 2022. Counsel for Satyendar Jain, Vivek Jain, said Rouse Avenue trial court has granted bail to Satyendar Jain, saying that he has suffered a long incarceration. Most likely, he will come out today.
सर सत्येंद्र जैन की जो बेल याचिका थी उस पर कोर्ट ने आज क्या आदेश जारी किया है सर?
ये आज राउज एवेन्यू की ट्रायल कोर्ट ने सत्येंद्र जैन साहब को बेल दे दी है। ट्रायल कोर्ट ने कहा है कि उनकी बहुत लंबी इंकार्सरेशन हो गई है 18 महीने की और ट्रायल अभी स्टार्ट हुआ नहीं है और इसीलिए ट्रायल कोर्ट ने मनी सिसोदिया का जजमेंट को फॉलो किया है और ये बोला है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल कंडीशंस विच आर देयर इन आर्टिकल 21 वो प्राइमरी है और वो ट्रम्प करेंगी आर्टिकल सेक्शन 45 की कंडीशंस को। देयरफॉर सत्येंद्र जैन जो है वो इंटाइटल्ड है बेल के और उन्हें बेल दे दी है 50,000 की सिक्योरिटी।
कब तक बाहर आ सकते हैं सर सत्येंद्र जैन?
सत्येंद्र जैन साहब का हमने श्योरिटी बॉन्ड ले लिए हैं तो आज ही मोस्ट लाइकली ही कम आउट।
सर और कोई स्पेसिफिक कंडीशन कोर्ट ने लगाई है बेल देते समय?
जी आई एम स्टिल टू सी द ऑर्डर इन डिटेल बट आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी अदर कंडीशन व्हिच इज इम्पोज्ड बिसाइड्स द रेगुलर।
In a relief to Sadhguru, the Supreme Court on Friday dismissed the habeas corpus petition filed by a father alleging that his two daughters were being held captive in the Isha Yoga Center and being brainwashed there. Supreme Court noted that the statements of the two daughters, aged 39 years and 42 years, are major and that they are voluntarily residing in an ashram, free to move out of the ashram, etc., and said that no further directions in the habeas corpus is required and it should be closed. Supreme Court also clarified that closure of habeas corpus proceedings will not affect any other regulatory compliance which Isha Yoga Center has to meet. Earlier, the Tamil Nadu police informed the Supreme Court that in last few years, some missing persons complaints and inquiry on suicides relating to the Isha Yoga Center have been filed. However, the police also stated that the alleged detainees in the ongoing habeas corpus case have been living at the center as per their free will.
In the ashram, contrary to their will, as if they were captives. The High Court had interacted with the two girls, found that they were living of their own accord. In fact, they had taken monkhood as their way of life. But yet the High Court made some unwarranted orders relating to police investigations, etc., by going into the premises. 150 policemen went into the premises. We challenged it out of the Supreme Court, and in the earlier part of this month, the Supreme Court stayed the directions of the High Court, and the Supreme Court patiently interacted with the two ladies and recorded their own observations that the two ladies were living of their own accord. Today a police report was filed in the Supreme Court, which also recorded that hundreds of people are living there. Some are brahmacharis, some are foreigners, etc. And they were all staying on their own voluntary basis, including these two ladies. The Supreme Court recorded all that, and the Supreme Court has closed the matter, which means that the Isha Foundation has been held not to be a body which has kept any person captive in its ashram, etc., and the matter has been fully closed. आज उच्च न्यायालय में, उच्चतम न्यायालय में
In a shocking incident being reported from Margarita in Assam's Tinsukia district, a mother of a 5-year-old child has been arrested for allegedly murdering her 5-year-old son. This development followed the child's disappearance during the festive celebrations of Durga Puja. On October 14th, the body of the child was found floating in the Burhe Dehing river by the locals. As per sources, the boy went missing during Durga Puja festivities on October 11th and around 9 a.m. when he was playing near his home, located near the old Ramakrishna Vidyapith school playground. Local residents demanded a thorough investigation into the incident. Initial reports indicated a dramatic search for the missing child, but the investigation quickly took a twist when police turned their suspicion on the child's own mother. On October 11, a complaint was filed at the Margarita police station regarding child's disappearance. After extensive questioning, the mother was taken into custody today.
में एक अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है अभी, और इसमें एक पॉसिबल जो जिसपे हमको थोड़ा डाउट है उसको हमने अभी अप्रेंड किया है, और बाकी सारा अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, और इसके बारे में जो भी आगे अपडेट होगा हम ड्यू कोर्स में बताएंगे। अभी डिटेल हम डाइवर्स नहीं कर सकते इसके बारे में, जो भी नहीं वो सब चीज़ें अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, बट पुलिस ने अपना सारा काम किया है डिलीजेंटली, और जो भी हमको लीड्स मिले हैं उसके हिसाब से हमने अप्रेंड किया और आगे हम इस पे कार्रवाई करेंगे। सर कोई लेडीज को पकड़े? हाँ, जो एक जिसको भी हमने वही अप्रेंड किया एक लेडी को, और वही इस अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन। जब भी अपडेट होगा तो
We'll be right back after a short break.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी, यारो संग है फ्रीडम सारी। फ्रीडम इक्वल्स टाइम ऑफ लाइफ, लाइफ माने एंजॉय राइड। एक्टिवा एक्टिवा एक्टिवा, स्कूटर ले एक्टिवा, स्कूटर बोले तो एक्टिवा।
नए भारत का नया उत्तर प्रदेश $1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बनने की ओर है अग्रसर। स्थानीय उत्पादों को यूपी इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड शो ने दिया है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट। पहले संस्करण में 70,000 से अधिक खरीदारों और 3 लाख से अधिक आगंतुकों से कारोबारियों का बढ़ा है हौसला। यूपी इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड शो के द्वितीय संस्करण का आयोजन 25 से 29 सितंबर 2024 तक ग्रेटर नोएडा में किया जा रहा है। आइए इस वैश्विक व्यापारिक महाकुंभ का हिस्सा बनकर अपने व्यवसाय को दें नई दिशा। यूपी इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड शो, सोर्सिंग का अद्वितीय मंच।
It only takes one prick of a needle to save lives. Get tested for HIV.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी यारों संग है फ्रीडम सारी फ्रीडम equals time of life life माने joy right Activa 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 scooter ले Activa
scooter बोले तो Activa
Welcome back after the break. Let's have a look at more news in detail. Israeli ministers have been informed that Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been killed by Israeli troops who were conducting an operation in southern Gaza. Two officials with knowledge of the situation said. Israeli broadcasters quoted unnamed officials as saying Sinwar, the architect of the devastating attack on Israel last October that set off the Gaza war, was dead. There was no immediate comment from Hamas. Al-Majid, and a Hamas-linked website that usually publishes about security issues, urged Palestinians to wait for information about Sinwar from the group itself and not Israeli media outlets, which it said aimed to break their spirit. Israeli media reported that the operation was a routine raid that caught Sinwar by chance. If confirmed, his death would represent a major boost to the Israeli military and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after a string of high-profile assassinations on prominent leaders of its enemies in recent months. Families of the 101 Israeli and foreign hostages still held in Gaza welcomed the news about Sinwar, but repeated their call for a deal to bring the hostages home.
Sinwar, the leader of Hamas terrorist organization, who was responsible for the October 7th massacre, is dead. Sinwar was responsible for the most brutal attack against Israel in our history, when terrorists from Gaza invaded Israel, massacred Israelis in their homes, raped our women, burned entire families alive, and took over 250 men, women, children, and babies hostage into Gaza. 101 hostages still remain in captivity in brutal conditions. For the past year, Sinwar tried to escape justice. He failed. We said we would find him and bring him to justice, and we did it. It was Yahya Sinwar who decided to wage war with Israel while hiding behind civilians in Gaza. Since the beginning of this war that Sinwar started on October 7th, we've said our war is with Hamas, not with the people of Gaza. And we mean it. We are working to increase the amount of humanitarian aid, including food, water, and medicine, that goes into Gaza, to the people of Gaza who are suffering because of Yahya Sinwar. On this day, our thoughts are with the families of those murdered or kidnapped because of Sinwar. We bow our hearts, heads, and remember, we bow our heads and remember our brave soldiers who paid their ultimate sacrifice to defend the people of Israel. Our work is not done. We will not rest until we bring home all our hostages by any means, and we will continue to operate until we complete all our missions in defense of the people of Israel.
Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, on Friday raised concerns over linguistic diversity and representation and strongly condemned the celebration of Hindi month valedictory function along with the Golden Jubilee celebrations of Chennai Doordarshan. He also wrote a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, emphasizing that the Indian Constitution does not grant national language status to any language, and Hindi and English are only for official purposes. He suggests avoiding Hindi language programs in non-Hindi speaking states. He stated that in a multilingual country like India, celebrating the Hindi month in non-Hindi speaking states was seen as an attempt to belittle the other languages. Further in his letter, Stalin suggested that the Hindi language-oriented events could be avoided in the non-Hindi speaking states if possible, or if allowed, the celebration of the local language should also take place in respective states with equal warmth. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister wrote that India has no national language, and if Hindi month was being celebrated, the same should be done with Tamil language. Supporting MK Stalin, CPI leader D. Rajas said if Union government wants to promote all the languages, they should think of organizing the respective language-oriented events in respective states. All languages must be treated equally.
I fully agree with the feelings expressed by Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin. I also fully endorse and support the suggestions he has made why Hindi-oriented events should be organized in non-Hindi speaking states. Union government should think over. If Union government wants to promote all the languages, and Union government should think of organizing the respective language-oriented events in respective states. And all languages are Indian languages, and some languages have been declared as classical languages, and Tamil is one of the classical languages. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has rightly pointed out, you organize the classical language to celebrate the classical languages, the richness of classical languages, because in India we have languages and multiple languages. All languages are our languages. All languages are languages of India, people of India. All languages must be treated equally. Why a particular language should be given so much importance? In this case, Hindi is given importance, Sanskrit is given importance. What about other languages?
We'll be right back after a short break.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी यारो संग है फ्रीडम सारी फ्रीडम इक्वल्स टाइम ऑफ लाइफ माने जॉय राइड एक्टिवा 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 स्कूटर एक्टिवा
स्कूटर बोले तो एक्टिवा.
The ABC for HIV prevention.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी यारो संग है फ्रीडम सारी फ्रीडम इक्वल्स टाइम ऑफ लाइफ माने जॉय राइड एक्टिवा 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 स्कूटर एक्टिवा
स्कूटर बोले तो एक्टिवा.
Welcome back after the break. Let's have a look at more news in detail. Tripura leader of the opposition, Jitendra Chaudhary, on Friday slammed the government over the custodial death of Badal, Tripura, calling it a Durga Puja gift from Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha's BJP IPFT Tripura coalition government. A delegation of left leaders led by Chaudhary visited the grieving family in Kaladepa village, South Tripura. Offering condolences, Chaudhary urged the government to provide financial support as Badal was the family's sole breadwinner, leaving his elderly father, wife and 3 daughters in a precarious situation. Badal Tripura had been arrested for allegedly stealing rubber scraps and was reportedly beaten throughout the night in police custody despite no formal complaint being lodged against him. He was detained under the Tripura Police Act for drunken behavior. Though there was no official theft complaint, Chaudhary criticized the police for their brutality and blamed the medical staff for discharging Badal despite his worsening condition. He claimed that if Badal had been referred to a higher medical facility, his life might have been saved, but political pressure likely influenced the handling of the case. Describing the incident as a state-sponsored murder, Chaudhary questioned the effectiveness of national and state healthcare schemes that failed to protect Badal. He further criticized Tripura's law and order situation, alleging police corruption and political interference. Chaudhary highlighted other recent violent incidents including stabbings and mob attacks and accused local politicians of obstructing investigations. Following the incident, 5 police personnel, including a sub-inspector and a constable, were suspended and detained for questioning with a departmental investigation underway.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी त्रिपुरा मथा आईपीएफटी জোট সরকারের সুশাসনের এবারের দুর্গা পূজা এবং লক্ষ্মী পূজার শ্রেষ্ঠ উপহার 13 তারিখ দশমীর দিন এই বাড়ির ছেলে বাদল ত্রিপুরা তাকে মনু থানার কয়েকজন পুলিশ ধরে নিয়ে যায়। এরা হলো বাদল ত্রিপুরার পরিবার, বাদল ত্রিপুরার বাবা, স্ত্রী, 3 মেয়ে। অভিযোগ সে কারো বাগানের রাবারের স্ক্র্যাপ চুরি করেছে। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, যদি এরকম অভিযোগ হয়, পুলিশের কাছে অভিযোগ যায়, পুলিশ ব্যবস্থা গ্রহণ করবে, এটা অপরাধ কিছু না। কিন্তু পুলিশকে সেখানে দৈহিকভাবে নির্যাতন করার তার অধিকার আমাদের দেশের আইন দেয়নি। বাদল ত্রিপুরাকে 13 তারিখ সারা রাত নৃশংসভাবে পিটিয়ে একেবারে আধামরা করে পরদিন সকালবেলা ছেড়ে দেয়। থানা এই হাসপাতালে নিয়ে যায়নি। এত অমানবিক, এত নিষ্ঠুর। তার স্ত্রী, বাবা, তারা যখন মনো হসপিটাল নিয়ে যায় পরদিন 14 তারিখ।
The Uniform Civil Code Rules and Implementation Committee in Uttarakhand submitted the final report on Thursday. Chairman Shatrughan Singh handed over the report to Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami at the State Secretariat. After the President approved the Uniform Civil Code Bill, the Uttarakhand government set up a committee to create rules and oversee the implementation of UCC in the state. The committee is headed by former Uttarakhand Chief Secretary Shatrughan Singh, who also supervised the committee in drafting the UCC rules. In addition, a UCC portal has also been developed and its trial run has already been completed. During the program, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said that 2 days before the state assembly elections, he had presented a proposal before the people of the state that as soon as BJP forms the government, the first decision of the government will be to introduce the UCC.
विधानसभा के आम चुनाव से ठीक 2 दिन पहले मैंने अपनी पार्टी की तरफ से उत्तराखंड की देवतुल्य जनता के सामने ये प्रस्ताव और ये संकल्प हमारी पार्टी का प्रस्तुत किया था कि नई सरकार के गठन होते ही हमारी सरकार सबसे पहला निर्णय समान नागरिक संहिता को राज्य के अंदर लागू करने और विधेयक के रूप में लाने के लिए हम पहला निर्णय लेंगे। और उत्तराखंड की देवतुल्य जनता का मैं आभारी हूं। अगर मुझसे बार बार अनेक स्थानों पर मैं जाता हूं तो वहां मुझे सबसे पहले लोग पूछते हैं कि आप इसका श्रेय किसको देते हैं। तो मैं कहता हूं कि ये श्रेय देवभूमि उत्तराखंड की देवतुल्य जनता को है, क्योंकि उन्होंने हमको सरकार में आने का मौका दिया और हमारे संकल्प को पूरा करने के लिए उन्होंने अपना बहुमत दिया, अपना आशीर्वाद दिया।
That is all we have for now. For more news and updates, keep watching Hornbill TV.